All right, hey there, and welcome back to another guitar session with Jason Carey. Today we're talking about signs, popularized in the 90s by Tesla. Stick around because at the end of the tutorial we'll be talking about solo strategies. Thank you very much for watching this guitar tutorial, and thank you very much for liking the channel, sharing the channel, and subscribing to the channel. It's really helpful. It means a lot to me. You mean a lot to me that you're watching this. So thank you very much. And we will start with a chord progression. So we're starting with D, which is pretty much, these are all open position. So we have the open D, second fret on the G, and then third fret on the B, and then second fret on the high E string. So that's D. And there's a walk up to the C, up to the verse section. So we're looking at C, 4 middle strings, 3, 2, open 1, right? And then open if you want. And then we're playing the G with the B in the bass with the second finger and second fret on the A string, 2 open middle strings, and then finger 4 and fret 3 in the high on the B string. And we're choking off the high E and the low E strings. So we're moving descending bass line down to A minor 7, and which is basically C chord minus the third finger, right? And so open A and then minor 7 and then G. And then we're hopping back up to the D, and then A, and you can play A a number of different ways, you know, whatever sort of works for us. You know, you've got that nice first finger. Let me know which one you prefer. You know, I kind of like the lazy A most of the time for rock and roll stuff. We've got this 2, 1, and 3 thing going on, and then, you know, 1, 2, and 3 thing. So let me know if you have a preference of that. Another chord that we need to really take a look at is B minor. So we've got B minor here. That just about covers all of the chords of the song. So let's get started. We're starting with D, and then D sus4 back to D. And then we walk up from open A to fret 2 to the C, the G with B G with B in the bass, and then A minor, and back to G. And then D, and A, G, and back to A. And then we move up to the B minor 7, and then G, and then D, A, G, and then A, D, and then C, C, and then G, right? D, and G, hang on, G, D, A, C is the end of the chorus, and then we're going back to the introduction lick. There's one point in the song where we're moving from 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and we're doing a turnaround up to the A chord, I guess lazy A if you like, and we're using frets 2 and 3 and 4 on the open low E string, to approach the A chord, right? So. Verse leading back into the chorus. So it's a pretty cool little walk up, so it's worth getting to know that one. Oh, so what's next? Get the solo. So it's a really wild acoustic guitar solo. We'll just cover the first bit of it, and then I'll give you the scale to finish up, and then you can take it from there. And if you have additional questions, let me know in the comments. We'll follow up. So we're starting right here in the third position with that 5th fret. And we're bending to sound between 6 and 7. We're not really bending to sound like fret 6, and we're not really making it all the way up to fret 7, are we? So we've got to find that nice sweet spot between fret 6 and 7, so it's sort of microtonal, sort of a blues lick, right? He does that twice, and then bends up and releases, and feeds back to that D note and adds some really nice vibrato there. And then immediately shift on up to position number 8 for a nice, really country guitar lick on the acoustic guitar. So we're using finger 3, fingers 2 and 1 are behind it, bending up a whole step, this time as close as we can get it to sound like fret number 12. Hold that bend while you're grabbing fret 10 on the high E string. And then we're going back, kind of like the same shape that we used in position number 3, right? Something like that, and we'll slide up into 11 and use that same shape again and slide back down to position number 7. Now here's the secret weapon for you to take your own journey. So we've got this nice D major pentatonic scale, and we'll use basically the top 4 strings. We'll start on, we could use let's do 2 versions. First version is sort of like the horizontal version, starting with fret 7, finger 1 and 2 on 9, slide up to 11, and then finger 1 on 10 and 12, and then 10 and 12. And we'll end on D note on fret 10 on the high E string. Okay? Then we could also use that same group of tones in position number 9. With the last 4th, we can use the 4th finger here. And we actually get some bonus points for this one because we're using the 4th finger, which we want to fold into the mix anyway. Get it, guitar friendly. We have 4 fingers, we may as well use them. And so take those 2 scales, figure out what you can do to complete the rest of that solo, and my guess is you can. Like the channel, share the channel, subscribe to the channel, and it's really helpful if you ring the bell if you like what you're seeing. And I'd really like to say thank you for watching and thank you for your time and investing in yourself. It really means a lot to me in this channel, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, happy picking.